Inside the bowels of the arena where the locker rooms sit silent before play, the atmosphere was a blend of routine professionalism mixed with the palpable tension of Grand Slam stakes. The Sinner locker space reflected his status, a minimalist yet purposeful environment meticulously organized. Each racket was placed with intentional precision over numbered hooks, each pair of shoes lined up like soldiers awaiting orders. His training gear bore the iconic Nike swoosh and subtle accents of Italian flair, reflecting both his heritage and personal style. Experts say the way an elite athlete organizes his space can provide insight into his mental preparation, and Sinner's zone was a testament to discipline and focus. Within that space lies more than rackets and bottles. It is the quiet final bastion before the storm of competition, where strategies are recalibrated and mental toughness sharpened. When the cameras followed Sinner on his locker room tour in the days leading up to his first matches, they revealed small details that hinted at his mentality: a pristine notebook with handwritten notes on opponent tendencies, recovery routines, tiebreak scenarios. These aren't props for the camera, these are working documents created from hours of match prep and analytics review. Sinner's team enters this environment with a rhythm that speaks of trust and familiarity. Coaches and physios move with purpose, discussing work patterns, whispering adjustments, and occasionally laughing lightheartedly. This blend of intensity and calm underpins championship cultures, and Sinner has made it his trademark. The locker room itself becomes less a place of nerves and more a workshop for excellence. Amidst these preparations, Sinner has spoken candidly about past challenges that shaped his perspective, including a difficult phase where he felt the weight of scrutiny from peers following controversy around his doping case in 2025. This unease extended even to locker room interactions, where he felt different and judged by some players, a moment that nearly weighed him down emotionally yet ultimately strengthened his resolve to persevere and refine his spirit in competition. Inside that locker room tour, one senses that Sinner's path has been both elevated by triumphs and tempered by adversity. His journey isn't merely measured in titles but in the mental growth that allows him to share that space with poise and purpose. For elite tennis professionals, practice is not merely a warm-up, it is an art form refined over years, and it is here on the practice courts of Rod Laver Arena that the real work happens. Sinner's practice sessions in Melbourne have been receiving attention not just from journalists but from fans around the world whose thirst for content has transformed every rally into a potential highlight reel. From small clinics with hitting partners to full-intensity sessions with top challengers, Sinner approaches every practice with meticulous routine. Reports indicate he has ground out long sessions hitting with various partners, including some younger pros and local players, giving him varied rhythm and tempo practice before his official matches begin. This approach echoes his belief that varied ball speeds and spin patterns create readiness for any opponent that may emerge in the draw. Sinner's body language on these courts tells a story of methodical patience and intense focus, where every shot is catalogued internally and every swing evaluated. His serve practice carries particular emphasis. In Melbourne, temperatures can swing wildly, putting both strain and opportunity into a player's ability to maintain rhythm and accuracy. For Sinner, mastering his serve under pressure is essential, and video snippets shared on social platforms show him pounding delivery after delivery with an eye not just for speed but placement and tactical variety. But it's not just technical mastery that stands out, it's the mental intensity that radiates every time Sinner steps onto the practice surface. His eyes lock in before the toss, his body remains calm yet ready, embodying confidence rather than complacency. It's here that the champions are separated from the contenders, because Sinner's practice is purposeful, every session tailored to correct last match patterns, test new strategies, and reinforce successful habits. Tennis at the top level is as much about rivalries as it is about personal growth and storylines. The ongoing rivalry between Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz has become one of the defining narratives of modern men's tennis, known colloquially as Sinceraz by fans and analysts alike. Their dynamic has produced thrilling matches and mutual respect both on and off the court. On the practice courts in Melbourne, cameras have caught them occasionally hitting together, exchanging insights between points. This isn't just showmanship, it's strategic reinforcement, using each other's strengths to elevate performance. Even when headline rivalry saturates media coverage at events, they maintain professional respect, and occasionally lighter moments during practice, reflecting the modern nuance of elite competition. This relationship also highlighted in a recent exhibition where the pair teased a potential doubles partnership, showcased that beyond competing they view tennis as a shared journey of excellence. Their occasional dialogues in locker rooms and practice areas go beyond strategy, focusing on life experience, travel routines, recovery hacks, and managing mental fatigue through long seasons. While fans and pundits debate who will prevail in their Australian Open 2026 showdown, the mere presence of both players practicing and preparing side by side elevates the entire tournament atmosphere. Their combined star power draws attention to every court movement, every footwork pattern, and every moment of preparation. Sinner's preparation extends far beyond hitting balls across a net. He works intensely with his coaching team, exploring data-driven insights on opponents, each rally simulation designed to replicate specific match conditions. A strong serve followed by a penetrating forehand into the opponent's backhand, the ability to improvise in midpoint when the ball doesn't land in ideal territory. These are the tactical layers Sinner practices daily. Video highlights from practice show him drilling baseline rallies using precise footwork, enabling him to stay balanced and attack off both wings. These sessions aren't casual, they are high-fidelity replicas of what he expects in matches where point construction and momentum swings are at their most intense. His coaching team works behind the scenes, analyzing past opponent tendencies, compiling notes into predicative scenarios where Sinner can visualize patterns before stepping onto the match court. The combination of analytic preparation and physical execution differentiates a top Grand Slam contender from the rest. These strategic practice sessions are punctuated by brief moments of levity, laughter between rallies, quick stretches and hydration breaks. Yet the minute the racket goes back in hand, Sinner's focus deepens, his breathing slows, his eyes lock, and the next rally begins like clockwork. This continuity of purpose is what fuels his reputation as one of the sport's most consistent performers. Behind every shock winner or crushing forehand lies a player's mental blueprint, and for Sinner this has been shaped by highs and lows alike. His experiences navigating pressure and external scrutiny have refined his approach. Pressure used to be something to withstand, now it serves as a tool for sharpening his competitive edge. During a past Australian Open, he openly spoke about feeling uncomfortable in communal areas like locker rooms and dining halls due to judgment from other players. During controversy around his career, that difficult phase ultimately became a defining moment, forging greater resilience that transformed into confidence and a deeper understanding of inner motivation. Sinner didn't retreat from pressure, he used it to build a foundation of mental toughness that now informs every practice and match. He often speaks of preparation as a form of meditation where practice becomes less about repetition and more about belief reinforcement. Every drill, every footwork pattern, every serve becomes a chance to affirm confidence and readiness. Expert psychologists in sport emphasize that this internalized belief structure allows elite athletes to thrive under duress, and it's visible in how Sinner moves and competes even in practice. As the final touches of practice June and January cycle into the tail end of warm UPS, the fans are already buzzing. Their cheers from the stands often penetrate the soundproofed zones of the practice court, signaling that even before the main draw begins, every player's path is influenced by the electric atmosphere that defines a Grand Slam. Sinner acknowledges the crowd energy, often noting that Australian audiences bring a unique passion that converts practice sessions into communal experiences. While rivals and foes may exchange games and strategy on court, the energy from Australian fans remains one of the intangible elements that push players past physical limits and boundaries. In this Australian Open 2026 season, Sinner stands not just as a defending champion but as an emblem of perseverance and elite preparation. His locker room tour and practice routines reveal both meticulous precision and expansive vision, pushing beyond the margin of error and edging closer to historic achievement. Every step from locker room calm to practice court intensity paves the way for what could be another chapter in tennis history. From Melbourne Park's dawn light to the final point of a match yet to be played, one thing is certain: the journey has already begun, and the story of Jannik Sinner's preparation will remain one of the defining narratives of this Australian Open and beyond.